Good day, people of YouTube. What is happening? It is Extremizzer here again, and it's been quite a while. Yeah, things have been really busy. It is my graduation year, but they are not letting us go without a fight. They definitely are trying to work us like horses before they finally let us go in June. So I'm in the middle of exams right now, but I'm home today, so I finally got some free time to go ahead and make a video. So let's do this. Today we will be talking once again about Project Cars. Yeah, I have been bringing up this topic again and again and again. The reason for that is simply because I've been very interested in this game since I first knew about it about 2 years ago, and I've been waiting to play it, and yet hasn't been released. Like, we're probably on like the 5th or 6th try for release. That's just how crazy it's been. Slightly Mad Studios really is a bit slightly mad, that's for sure. But the main issue I have with this is not the fact that they've been delaying the game. Well, that's kind of the reason, but mainly because they've been delaying the game for one specific platform, the Nintendo Wii U. Now, I've brought this topic on again and again and again. The reason why I keep doing this is because Slightly Mad still has not learned their lesson, and it is getting so crazy. Like I say, it's ridiculous. So what exactly have they done? Alright, now, the game was supposed to have its real release last November, but that did not happen. They instead delayed it until spring. This year, they delayed it again like I said, it's either the 5th or 6th time since its original release date. And now it's going to be released in the middle of next month, which of course is May. Now, here's the catch. Project Cars is coming out for 4 platforms: PS4, Xbox One, PC, and Wii U. Yet, only 2 of those platforms will be getting the game next month. Which one is that? Yep, that's right. It's PS4 and Xbox One. Are you actually kidding me? The game was first revealed for the PC 3 years ago. That's number 1. Number 2, the Wii U version was announced in early 2012, and the Wii U didn't come out until the end of 2012, which means this was one of the first third-party games announced to be coming to the system, and that was even before people had a really good idea of what the Wii U was going to be. Yet, Nintendo hadn't done the full-scale reveal as yet, and not until E3 of that year. They formally revealed it a year before that, but they did not show like the full complete machine until E3 of that year. So this was way before even the core details about the system had been released. So obviously this game has been in development for the Wii U for quite a long time. Like I said, even before the system was released to retailers. So obviously Slightly Mad was probably one of the very first developers to have a development kit. So then, with that being the case, then we know that the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One are just over a year old. Naturally, their development kits were probably delivered a few months before that. However, why is it that a console that you have obviously been developing for longer, you still delay the game now, even though you've been developing it for years? You got the development kit for this console first, the Wii U, and yet you are going to delay that version to make space for the Xbox One and the PS4 versions, which you started working on at least a few months, if not a year after? That's really crazy. Now, I understand why Slightly Mad is doing this. They're doing this because the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One are selling really well, especially the PlayStation 4, which has been selling quite a number of units, so much so that it's been pulling off a lot of records similar to that of its grandfather, the PlayStation 2. However, while I understand that the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One have a really active, growing install base, and the Wii U zone is a lot slower, that doesn't exactly justify delaying the game until God knows when, just so you can try and make a pretty little penny. You've been making people wait for this for so long, and now yet again, you're now doing a partial release, one in the first half of the year and the next half of the year. Like, that is crazy, because all they said was later in the year. That they didn't even give a specific month when the Wii U and the Steam versions of the game will be coming. It's coming out next month, middle of next month in Europe and US, hopefully, assuming they don't delay it again, for the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. But Steam owners, well, Steam members I should say, and Wii U owners, you're going to be out of luck, because we don't even know when we're going to be getting this. And that is my main issue with Slightly Mad on this. You know, it makes no sense, because we have seen this before on the Wii U. We've seen what's happened to titles like Need for Speed Most Wanted U. That was an amazing version of the game, but it came out over 6 months late. And that's why it didn't sell as good as it could have had it been released on the launch day of the Wii U, or at least a couple weeks after. Unfortunately, that did not happen, and so Criterion was not able to make a profit on the Wii U version, simply because anyone who wanted to play the game already played it a few months earlier. Same thing happened with Watch Dogs. Watch Dogs was announced for the Wii U early on. I think it was all the way back in 2013, if not 2012, and yet that game was not released until, once again, over half a year after the other versions. They came out in May, but the Wii U version was released, I think it was either October or November of last year. That's just crazy. And the main reason, even though Ubisoft never really gave a real reason, the main reason was most likely because had they released Watch Dogs on the Wii U at that time, it would have literally gone head to head with Mario Kart 8. And there is no way that game would have survived having Mario Kart 8 breathing down its throat. And as we've seen, that thing lit up the Wii U sales, still carrying it to this day. So while in a sense Ubisoft had a justifiable reason for doing it, it was still very short-sighted, because why would anyone want to buy a game that they just bought over 6 months ago again and have a watered down version, because it didn't have the same amount of DLC, and more or less it was a pretty shoddy port, to say the least. All of that hype about how they'd be using the gamepad in a unique way was not fully realized at all. And the problem is that Slightly Mad is doing the very same thing. For the entire time, ever since that they announced the game would be coming to Wii U, they've been saying how it's going to be innovative, how the console has a lot of power to it, and how they plan to use both its power and the gamepad in unique ways. It would show off what the system can really do, because this is a very demanding game, and would also show off what makes the gamepad so unique and so amazing. That they've been saying stuff like that time and again, and yet ever since the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One versions were announced, it's been like the Wii U version has been only but an afterthought. And like I said, I realize why they're prioritizing the other versions, but they're just setting themselves up to fail by delaying the Wii U version until a time when we don't even know. They didn't even give a season. They didn't say it'd be coming summer of this year or fall of this year. All they said was later. Later could mean anything. Later could mean 2 months, 6 months, 9 months later on. And we're already in May. We're already in April. This is the 4th month of the year. Alright? We only have 8 months left. So I really hope they know what they're doing. And with Nintendo's titles set to come out starting this summer, they better pick a really good time, otherwise they're going to be slaughtered by Nintendo's IPs, which is the problem that third parties have constantly had to deal with. And this time would have been so perfect. There are no big releases happening next month. Nothing yet. So this would have been the perfect time for the game to release on the Wii U. Even more so, there is no competition there. You can count the amount of racing games that the Wii U has in its library on your fingers. It's less than 10. Yet, You can do the same thing for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One as well, but you know that more racers are coming out. You know that. And they just got, PS4 owners just got Driversclub, Xbox One owners just got Forza Horizon 2. PlayStation 4 owners are getting a new Gran Turismo, and Xbox One owners are getting a new Forza very, very soon. So as to why that they're going to prioritize these versions of these consoles when this is something that their fan bases have been exposed to for so many years, it's beyond me. No big time simulation game has ever really graced a Nintendo console. It's never really happened. Forza and Gran Turismo are franchises with a lot of age to them. They've been around for quite a bit of time now, so it's nothing excessively new to speak. So they would have to now pry Xbox One owners away from Forza Horizon 2, and they would have to pry PS4 owners away from Driversclub in order to get them to buy this game. They have to show, why is it so different that I have to go buy another car simulator when I already have one of those? That is something that Slightly Mad has obviously not thought about, because the biggest competition that Slightly Mad has on the Wii U is Need for Speed Most Wanted U in terms of genre, and Most Wanted U still isn't even a full car simulator. And in terms of just racing games in general, the biggest competition is definitely Mario Kart 8, and that's as far as you can go in terms of genre. While they're both racers, they're two completely different sides of the coin. So it's a different experience entirely, while on the other hand, PlayStation 4 and Xbox One gamers would be just getting more of the same. It's like pouring a bucket of water into a lake. It doesn't make any sense. I get that they're trying to make sales because making games are expensive. They've been doing this for so long, and they've put so much focus into these graphics. I know this is a very expensive game, and it was crowdfunded at that, so yeah, it's a very expensive game, no doubt, and they're trying to make as much money back as possible. Yes, understand, but why would you try? And you're basically not even giving the Wii U version a chance now, because everyone who wanted to play it would have played it on the PS4 and Xbox One. And when the Wii U version comes out, even if they do like Criterion did and really make use of the system, I highly doubt it's going to be something enough to, get Wii U owners to say, okay, we'll buy the game. I don't understand why developers don't seem to get this. When you delay a game exclusively for a system, you're just asking for that specific version to suffer. It's more like you're doing it out of pity instead of doing it out of motivation. Like, you want to do this. You want to give the fan base of this console a chance to experience your game. It doesn't really look like that. It's like you're just releasing it because you said you were gonna, and then you moved on to other things. That's how it looks. Like, Wii owners have had this, they've been labeled with the second-class citizen thing since the system release. That's something that Nintendo gamers have always had to deal with since the days of the N64, but it's really been happening a lot with Wii U, and that sport is so depressing. Well, yeah, it is depressing. It is kind of depressing, especially when you know they're doing it deliberately and exclusively. But anyway. Alright, so this video is carrying on a little long, so I'm going to stop here, but I really just wanted to say this, It's been quite a while since the game was announced, and it's going to be even more of a while waiting for it for Wii U owners, but I really hope Slightly Mad has something good in store, because if they don't have a compelling reason for Wii U owners to go out and buy this game when they know that they've been done wrong, yeah, Slightly Mad, you're gonna have quite a bit of a situation on your hands. Just ask Ubisoft how well that Rayman Legends fiasco did. Yeah, just go ahead and ask them how well that went. Alright guys, until next time, have a great day, have a great evening, have a great night, whatever time of day it is, have a good one. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe, and enjoy yourself. Until next time, have a great day, and I will see you later.